Hi everyone, I'm Brandon.
I'm Kate, and welcome to episode 4, part 2 of Just the Two of Us, a homebrew mix of Monster of the Week and Lasers and Liches created by Chris Locke.
We just want to thank you for sticking around for episode part 2, mostly because it was so great that it really just needed to be split into 2 so that we could get all the awesomeness in without taking up your entire day. So this way we'll just take up to half your day. So if you're ready, let's take a spacewalk with just the two of us. Why don't you kids go play outside?
No, we want to play with Mr. Giraffe.
Well, I'm sorry, but Mr. Giraffe is going to have to go away.
No, not Mr. Giraffe. And they all start hugging the giraffe.
Cascade?
She goes, hey, kids. Hey, look, this is cool. And she takes out a bunch of glow sticks from her hands and she cracks them all so that they all start glowing. And she just chucks them in the other room. And they go, wow! And they start running off into the other room. So now it is you, Cascade, and Zans in this room together.
Zans, the other things were attacked, so you may want to leave while we fight off this giraffe.
Oh, go ahead and make a charisma check.
12.
Absolutely. He goes, oh, well, all right, don't make a mess of things. I don't want any broken windows. And he leaves and he shuts the door, and it's you two and this kid's room.
So Cascade, last time it attacked me when I transformed, so I was thinking I may not transform this time. Do you think you could fight it?
By myself? Sure, I could take a stuffed giraffe.
Okay. No, it's fine. No, here, I think it's just best if I go ahead and transform.
Okay, sure.
Transform.
Whatever you want to do. Did you want to get into like a position or something before we do this? Or you
let's
want to
get on the other side of the room. Maybe we can distance ourselves and we can hit it from afar.
All right, you go on that side, I'll go on the other side.
Sure.
So you both take opposite ends of the room itself, and you click on the button, and you are able to get your armor back in and fully transform. So since you guys are, you know what? I'll have you. No, we'll just do it regular. Go ahead and roll initiative.
It's
exactly the same.
11.
Wrath, and then it is going to be Alec, and then it's going to be Cascade. Alright, so you hit that button, slam that watch button, and it totally encompasses your whole body, and you get into that really awesome armor stance. Cascade presses the button on her Walkman, and she puts her headphones on. Presses the button on the headphones as well. All of those different thunderbolts come together to form those speakers, and then that bass starts up. And she is ready to go. You can see the little heelys that are glowing underneath her feet. And the giraffe is going to go first. So as soon as you press that button, everyone gears up. Its head, which had been turned and kind of lifted up towards the ceiling, suddenly turns towards the both of you. And I'm going to roll to see which one it's going to go after. Right now you currently have about 30 feet distance, so it's a pretty good distance right now. All right, so 1 to 3, it's going to go after you. 4 to 6, it's going to go after Cascade. That's a 1, Alec.
Of course it is.
So it is going to start moving quickly. It starts running and stampeding at you. It is actually going to attempt to trample. So I need you to make a dex check, please.
Nope. 6.
Well, it got a nat 1, so you are able to just barely dive out of the way as this thing comes trampling towards you and like clears a whole path of different toys, destroying them in its process. You see that the hoofs of this giraffe are actually shining. It looks like they're made of metal. It's just something to be aware of. And it tramples through and tries to stomp on where you're located, but you're able to dive out of the way, no problem. That's its turn, so Alec, you are ready to go.
Right, let's take a swing at it with our sword. 18.
18 will absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Seven. So plus 2 is 9, plus 2, so 11 points of damage.
11, a hefty hit. All right. Dang. That is quite a hefty hit you did get there. You're able to kind of slash through as it charges past you, able to do that cool samurai katana move, where you're able to just dive out of the way and it slashes through the side of
slash.
it. Yeah, absolutely. And you flourish off to the side as some different mechanical parts start flying in the opposite direction. All right, which brings us, is that you're staying right there?
Yeah, I'll stay close.
Absolutely.
Apparently I can't hit with the blaster, so we'll just keep slicing away at him.
Which brings us to Cascade, who's currently making the floor reverberate around her as this kind of bass house music is playing around within this room. And what she is going to do is she is actually going to press another button on her headphones. She's going to rotate a little bit and press a button, and all of the different lightning bolts that encompass the speakers start to glow and they start to pulse, and little tiny almost stars made of pure energy start shooting out towards this giraffe. So it's going to make an attack roll. Whoop-ah! Ooh, that will absolutely hit. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 slashing damage and 1d6 radiant damage. So that's going to be 6 damage total to this giraffe. So that's going to be that, and so the star sparkles will travel through up to 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of steel, and no amount of solid lead. If a creature is wearing mundane armor or metal or leather, they gain no bonus to their AC from those items against this spell. So there's something to keep in mind for myself later on, that I don't have to worry about any AC. Basically, it's just a solid flat roll. But that is her turn. She is actually going to skate forward just a little bit since you ended up doing a melee attack, so she is going to skate forward just to be a little bit more in range, but she doesn't really want to be super close to this thing.
Fair.
Actually, you know what? She didn't get hit last time. She's going to be up in this
fine.
giraffe's face.
She's good.
Which brings us to Mr. Giraffe. Since she was the last one that hit it, it is going to make an attack roll against her. Oof, that is a total of 20. That will hit as it rears up, and its very long neck. You can hear a bunch of clicking and mechanical movements as it swings its massive neck towards her and smacks her into the side, against the side of her face. Oof. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Okay. This thing slams its head against it, and you hear pure metal impact with the side of her head. You hear almost a crack against her jaw that either something might be dislocated or broken. You see blood spurt out of her mouth as she is knocked completely to the ground. She spits out a little bit of blood. She's still conscious, but barely. All right, so that was
Yikes.
Giraffe's turn. Alec, it is your turn.
Do everything I can to take another swipe at Giraffe.
Sure, go for it.
Don't think that'll hit. That's only a 10.
That is not going to hit, unfortunately.
But I am going to position myself in front of Giraffe so he can't, he would attack me as opposed to trying to either continue to trample or hit Cascade again.
Sure, absolutely. You move yourself around so it is now within your view, so it's no longer on the other side and blind to you. I would have you make a... I will let you choose what you would like to make in order to try to give its... What would you like to do to draw its attention to you, besides just moving into your view? I'll give you a free action to do so.
Sure, I mean, I would probably just yell at it, be like, hey, Giraffe, your neck's too long.
Your neck's too long.
You look funny.
You look funny. Go ahead and make a charisma check.
It's a critical, it's a double 6.
Don't you have a spell with
I do. Yeah, so they're well, I did, and I think I replaced it, but it was a spell that was supposed to be what we would know as cutting words.
Okay.
But yeah, not cutting words, vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery, that's right. Okay.
So I don't know if we can maybe get some damage out of that. Your mother was a horse!
I won't give you damage, but I will have it basically be put into a rage, so it will get disadvantage on the next attack, and it will 100% be against you. So it has completely ignored Cascade. You insulted its neck. Which brings us to Cascade's turn. Oof, she is going to shakily stand
take a
up.
Healing potion or something.
She does not have one, but she is able to twist the headphone speakers around her. And she clicks it, and you can hear now the bass sound has gotten a lot more muted. And now there's like different instrumental musics that are kind of playing, but it's very quiet. You can't really hear it, but you can see like the headphones and everything start to glow, and that glow kind of go underneath her skin and through her body as she heals herself a little bit.
Good.
Okay. So she's no longer at 2 HP. She's got a little bit more now. And that is going to be her attack there, which is going to bring up to top of the round. She is going to stand up.
Sure.
So she's going to actually scoot around a little bit, so she is going to give you flanking for this, so you do get advantage. But it is your turn.
Doesn't Giraffe go first?
I was looking at the wrong one. Yes, you are correct. The Giraffe is going to go first. It does have disadvantage against you for this attack. It only has the one attack, not multi-attack like the rest of you. Ooh. You are extremely lucky that you did that, because that was a nat 20 and an 8 plus 2 is 10.
It's not going to hit.
There you go. It tries to swing its long neck aggressively at you, and you're able to just kind of duck out of the way. Now it brings it to your turn.
That'll be it.
You get advantage.
17 to hit.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll your damage. Like we mentioned last time, if you have a way to design D4s to make it easier to pick up, by all means.
2, 4, 6. 3 2s in that. And plus another 2. So 4 2s total makes 8.
8 total damage. Woof. All right. Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your dex.
Total of 9. 4, 3.
Total of 9?
2,
Okay.
Yeah.
You try to do the same thing that you've done previously to try to sever something in order to
Probably
give it...
the neck. Just because
The
it's
neck
right there,
is
right?
very thick. I would
So
imagine
that's
you'd go
why.
for one of the legs,
Sure.
and you're just not able to kind of slice any of those off. But you did a hefty hit, which of course brings us to Cascade, who is going to... She's going to wiggle her way back like she did before, and she's just going to do a laser disc throw. Lasers. Oof. That is a total of 20 to hit, so that is going to be 1d6. Plus 3. Oof. All right. So she wiggles her way back, and she pushes the button on her Walkman, takes out that disc made of pure laser, and she flings it the perfect frisbee throw that she's always desired. And you see this angry giraffe staring you down, its eyes red, and it's going to come down with its very sharp metallic hooves. And instead, you see another flash as it looks at you, and the neck severs in half. And it falls over as Cascade gets the kill.
Nice.
Which brings us out of combat.
You okay? It got a big hit on you.
Yeah! Oof! That was a tough one. I wasn't ready for that one.
That was a big old hit.
That was, oh man. That's alright, I'm alright. I'm fine, I'm
Well,
alright.
it's done now, so...
As you see a massive bruise start to form on the side of her face.
Probably got like a black eye.
Oh yeah, she will absolutely have one in a very short amount of time.
Well, I think we should get out of here. You ready to go?
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go. Let's leave this family with their severed giraffe head.
Let's, where's Laszlo?
Alright, so if you would like to leave this house and
I guess
go...
this isn't Laszlo, this was
Zans.
So we'll find Zans.
Okay, sure.
So we'll go find Zans and let him know what we did and what happened and that we took care of the issue.
Well, I greatly appreciate you helping us. That was very kind of you to take that time out of your day.
That's okay. You should call the police, and we're gonna go talk to Laszlo now.
Oh, you be careful with Laszlo. You know, he's always been jealous of my success, so, you know, if anyone was to do something, I'm sure it would be Laszlo.
Okay.
Goodbye!
Bye!
And you leave the beachside house. You guys get into Betty once again. This one is going to be a much longer journey to a much longer journey to Laszlo. So Cascade is going to take a bit of a short rest as well. But you go ahead and put in the address there, and he lives in Lower Deckham Row. Basically a bunch of condominiums that are all kind of set up quite a ways away. So you put in the address. Is there anything you would like to do on the journey there? If not, you don't have to. I'm just giving you the option.
No, I think I'm good. It would just be a matter of doing anything I could to help Cascade as far as taking a rest, healing up any wounds or anything. But
she has kind of like a little bit of an emergency kit in her fanny pack that she has, because of course she has a fanny pack. So she's able to kind of patch herself up a little bit. Still gonna feel it tomorrow, definitely, but by the time you guys get there, she looks a lot better. Almost at full health, if you would want to consider it that way.
okay. But no, otherwise I'm good.
Very cool. All right, you arrive at Lower Deckham Row, and you can see all of the all the condominiums in very long, neat rows. There's very much, of a very kind of cookie cutter-esque type situation going on here. You find the correct home, and you go up and you knock on the door. After a few minutes, the door does open to a periwinkle blue TechnoAXE. He's wearing a white button-up shirt with little yellow star patterns. He opens and says, oh, what is he gonna sound like? Hello?
Hi, are you Laszlo?
Laszlo.
Hi, Laszlo. I am Alec from the Astral Transport Company. I have a package to deliver from Dizzy to you.
Oh, Grandma Dizzy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why? Oh, sure.
Here you go.
He takes the package. You've been visiting with Grandma Dizzy?
Yes, she also had a package that we had to deliver. And while we were there, we helped her take care of the companion that she had. We had to send it back to the manufacturer.
The companion droid?
Yes.
What makes you say that?
What do you mean? I was there. We're taking it back to the manufacturer for her.
Well, what do you mean that you had to return it? What was going on?
Well, it seemed to be some sort of malfunction in there.
Malfunction? What kind of malfunction?
Well, was it you that sent her the companion?
No, of course not.
Inside!
Go ahead and roll your wisdom.
9.
9 total?
Yeah.
You're not 100% sure, but he's very much aware of the companion droid in that whole situation, which all the other grandchildren seem to have been aware of it, but you're not 100% sure if he's lying about being the one to have purchased it.
Laszlo, we've also visited Arix and Zan's to deliver a package.
Now?
Yes. While we were there, they had some suspicious things that we're helping take care of as well.
Suspicious? What do you mean?
Well, there was a giraffe and a cactus that also we're going to be sending back to their manufacturers. Do you have anything that you picked up at a party from them?
A party?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think so. I want
to try to scan it from here. I don't know how big I can get, or if I can get inside the apartment from that, or what.
Okay, sure. You go ahead and kind of take it out, almost like you're getting him to like sign a package kind of thing. That's what I figured you were going for. Actually, you know what? Cascade will take it from you as you're doing this, works. And she'll click on the scan button to make it a little bit more stealthy. And she clicks on the little button, and you're not able to see the screen, but she kind of puts her hand behind your back and goes tap, tap, tap.
Was that 3? What is that supposed to mean?
If you would like, you can do an insight check.
Yeah, let me just do an insight check.
Or a wisdom check, rather.
It's a 7 for wisdom. 5, 1, and plus a 1.
That's a 7, okay. It might be. You don't know, you didn't really plan on
Sure.
how to tackle this.
So anyway, Laszlo, is there anything in here that we could help you with?
No.
Okay. Well, you see, we are here at the Astral Transport Company. We're not just a delivery service. We're also a care service. So we are happy to help you with anything that you might need.
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for the package. And he goes to close the door.
I stick my foot in the door.
Okay, sure. He tries to close it.
Laszlo, this is no longer a nice person thing that we're going to be doing. You see, your two siblings were attacked, as was your grandmother. We believe you are, in fact, the one who has been attacking them.
I don't know anything about this. Please leave.
Insight check. 9.
9? You know what? Cascade's gonna do it too. It's difficult to tell if he's just
Jesus.
panicking because you're trying to force your way through, or if he is, if he knows exactly what you are talking about.
Laszlo, the police are on their way. We should really talk about this.
All right, come in. He opens the door and allows you inside.
All right, and if I can, kind of like nudge, like Cascade, be like, call the police. Probably should have done that when we were here.
She just gives you a nod and starts dialing on her thing.
And we go in.
Inside, it is very kind of bachelor pad set up. Almost like a studio apartment a little bit, even though it is a condo. The way that it's set up is very kind of rustic and, a lot of kind of cheaper materials and furniture and everything that's around. As you are walking in, Cascade taps you again as she's, doing the stuff on hers, and she just kind of casually, like as she flips it over to do it on her thing, she shows you what is on the GPS. And there are indeed 3 dots that appear right next to each other, somewhere deeper within this bachelor pad.
Okay, cool.
As you come in, Laszlo says, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't need to get the police involved here. I'm sure that there's just a misunderstanding. As you follow him into kind of the main portion of his home, you can see there are 3 oddly unfinished kind of structures in the back of his home. There's one that looks like a vacuum cleaner, one that looks like a suit of armor, and one that looks like a washing machine that doesn't work anymore. The suit of armor is kind of almost half finished. You can still see inside the actual chest plate, still hollow, but you can see that there are circuits running through almost all of these with a lot of kind of computer tech that's kind of pushed up against the corner of this room.
Okay.
But he leads you inside.
Well, Laszlo, why is it that you're attacking everyone?
I don't know I'm not attacking anybody.
Well, you've certainly created things to attack folks.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, just like those 3 things that are back there. I see them. The vacuum cleaner, the suit of armor, and the washing machine.
Those are just my personal projects. You see, I actually work at a spark plug manufacturing plant, and so I take a lot of work home with me.
I see. Then why do they show up on my scan as living creatures?
He looks you dead in the face. It doesn't say anything for a moment.
I don't say anything. I just stare at him.
And then he takes out a remote from his back pocket and slams a button.
Dex save him. You're gonna hit it out of his hand.
Go ahead and make a contested dex check.
Oh, so close. I got a 6 and a 5, and my dex is a +2, so it'll be 13.
13. Okay, so technically you both got successes. So in this case, he is about to hit the button. You slap it out of his hand. Unfortunately, when you slap it, it hits a wall and the button presses anyway. And you can see lights start to light up in the 3 droids, now that you know, in the back of the room. And Laszlo almost takes cover behind a couch.
I want to try to grab him and hold him hostage, hold him in front of me.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make a strength check. No, that's not how I do strength.
Should be a 9.
A 9? Okay. technically both mixed successes. Very difficult word to say. So he tries to scramble away go under the couch, and you're like grabbing onto his legs and trying to pull him back, and you basically are both kind of locked in this weird wrestling match.
And I would yell, Cascade, get the remote!
And she goes, okay! And she goes and she grabs the remote. And she looks at it and she's like, there's only one button on here! Wait, I've got it! And she runs over, she's like, be a distraction! And she runs over to where the computer is, right next to where all the droids are, but she runs over to the computer and starts typing things in. In this instance, I'm gonna have everyone just roll initiative.
13.
So the first of the droids that kind of come to life is the washing machine. It looks like it is actually stuck where its location is. It's not able to actually move around. There are no wheels that you can see on this. And unfortunately, actually no. Okay, so you're fairly lined up with it. So I would like you to make a dex check for me, please.
Oh, 8.
An 8. That is enough to be able to dodge out of the way as it opens. You see it start to shake and really start to rumble as something is moving inside of it, and it opens up its washing machine door and spurts out like steaming liquid from it. Literally just water that is shooting out that is extremely hot, but you are far enough away that it doesn't quite reach you. It is still anchored where it is. Alec, that brings us to your turn.
I'm still trying to grab Laszlo.
Okay, sure. And what are you just trying to restrain him? Or?
Well, I'm going to restrain him, but I'm going to try to use him like a hostage.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and make another strength check, please.
It's only a 6.
So, for the checks and everything, you should be doing a d20.
Oh.
For those.
I'm sorry.
Nope, that's fine. I was not.
That's only a 5, so it doesn't matter either way.
Let's do so he is able to actually wiggle out of the way and at least go to the other side of the couch. It isn't technically his turn, so he isn't able to fully move just yet, but he has wiggled out of your grasp. I would say that is your movement. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
That would transform as my bonus action.
All right, so you've got your armor on, so you have your new AC up there. It was a dex check, so it wouldn't have changed anything. Okay, perfect. Okay. That technically is a bonus action. You do technically still have an action since I used the grapple as your movement.
Yeah, so actually I think I have Ray of Frost, so I can shoot a Ray of Frost at, I guess, the washing machine.
Sure, go for
Since it's the only one active at this point. That still won't hit, that's only a 9.
No, unfortunately. You try to shoot towards the washing machine, but all the heat that it just generated just melts the Ray of Frost by the time it hits you. Which brings us to Cascade, who is furiously typing away at something within the actual computer system itself. You can see that there's a number of different windows popping up. It looks like whatever she's doing, she is making some progress. Which brings us to the suit of armor, which slowly starts making its way towards you as it's very awkwardly stumbling towards you. It is not able to reach you at this distance, but you do see that all the sparks of all the wires inside of it start sparking and glowing, and you can see the sparks actually covering its whole body, now sparking across all the different various bits of metal. You do see that it has in its hand a short sword. That is its turn, which brings us to Laszlo, who is officially going to move away from you and is going to actually move towards the droids themselves. But he's basically just going to move to the other side of the room. There's nothing else that he's doing there. Which brings us to the last droid, which is the vacuum cleaner, which is going to try to wrap itself around Cascade. So that is that's for Cascade. Oof. So the vacuum cleaner has its long hose that it tries to wrap around Cascade to restrain her, to stop her from doing this. And she is able to literally just slink herself out using a very wiggly kind of dance move, is able to slink away and kick away the hose and go right back to the computer. So she is not restrained there. Which brings us to the washing machine, which is just going to try to attack you again. Go ahead and do a dex check, please.
That's the 20 or the 6? D20.
I may have changed this in...
It's a natural 20.
Woof! All right. So with a natural 20, I will allow you, if you would like, to change where you are currently standing. So if you would like to take 5 feet of movement in any kind of direction.
Yeah, I would take the movement towards Laszlo.
Sure, absolutely. So you have an extra 5 feet that you've gained, which brings it to your turn. So
which I would, if I can, reach Laszlo and try to again restrain him or stop him from reaching the droids.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Is that a 20 or 6s?
For this, because it's contested, I would say it's the 2d6s plus your... If you're trying to restrain him, I'll let you add your dex too, if you want.
It's a total of 6, even with dex.
Okay.
A 3 and a 1.
You try to go grab him, and the washing machine opens up its door and blocks your current access to him.
So then can I strike the door?
You can. You
So I
can
would
hit
take
the
a-
washing machine,
Take
absolutely.
a swing at the washing machine. That's, nope, 8.
8, no, unfortunately. You try to cut through this thing, but it's made of somewhat tougher material. Which brings us to Cascade, who... She is making progress, and she says, "Hang in there! I'm trying to be able to shut them down. I think I know where I'm going, but just hang in there, okay?" And that's her turn. She's working on that. Which brings us to the suit of armor, who's going to try to attack you. That is going to be just a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
It goes wide. It is not able to attack. Which brings us to Laszlo, who... Laszlo can't really do anything. He is going to try to run from you, so I'm going to let you get an attack of opportunity on him. Of whatever you would like to do. You don't have to technically slash him, but... whatever you would like to do to try to stop him from moving further away from you.
Yeah. Trip him if I could.
Sure, go for it.
Nice. Is that strength, dex?
I would say this is dex, and he'll make
So
a content.
21? Or is this 2d6?
I'll do, do the 2d6.
So with dex, it'll be 11.
11, that is a full success, and he got a critical failure, rolling
Nice.
2 1s. So you're able to very easily, as he tries to dodge out of the way, stick out your foot in order to trip him, and he goes completely prone right in front of you. So whatever you try, if you try to restrain him again, he will get disadvantage on that. That's Laszlo's turn. It's now going to be the vacuum's turn, who is going to try to swing its hose and smack Cascade out of the way. Go, vacuum cleaner. That's a nat 1. It misses and hits one of the computers,
Oh, no.
and you see a bunch of sparks, and Cascade goes, "Whoa, easy, hey!" She moves the hose out of the way. It's just being obnoxious at this point. Which brings us to the washing machine, which, since you're so close to it, it's going to try to hit you with the door. That's going to be a 14 to hit.
That's my AC.
All right. It's going to do 3 bludgeoning damage as it smacks you with the door of the washing machine. That's its turn. It's now your turn.
So with that, I'm going to grab Laszlo. And try to, again, hold him. And throw him in the washing machine.
So because he got the critical failure, I'll say you can very easily just grab him.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make either a strength or a dex check to try to fit him into the washing machine.
And these are D6s?
Yes, they're gonna be D6s.
That's only, it would be 7 with dex.
7, gotcha. Technically a mixed success, so I would say you're able to fit his body in there. You're able to squeeze him in there, but his neck is so long that his neck is still sticking out of the washing machine itself. He goes, "Ha! It's hot in here! Hey!" So he is now stuck in the washing machine, which also has stopped it from really doing either of its attacks. So good job on you. So that I'm going to say that's your turn.
Sure, yes.
Cascade is going to keep doing what she's doing. The sparks and everything have slowed her down a little bit, but you can see that she has finally pulled up, at least where she can control some of the droids, but it keeps flickering in and out. So she's not able to officially make that move, but it looks like she'll be able to do something soon. The armor is going to try to attack you with its sword. With a 10, again. Nope. And Laszlo is...
in the washing machine.
He's in the washing machine. I'm going to see if he can get out. He got a critical success, so he's able to, he's in the water. I'm going to get a disadvantage on that. He's able to get one of his wings out, but he's still stuck in the washing machine, because I really like that you put him in the washing machine. Vacuum cleaner is once again going to try to get Cascade to stop. That's a 4. Nope, vacuum cleaner is useless, which brings us to the washing machine. Can't do anything because Laszlo is currently in it, which brings us to you, Alec.
And I will take a swing at the vacuum cleaner.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Nope, that's a 2.
Oh no!
Well, it would be 4 plus, but... Yeah.
Y'all are so tired. Unfortunately, it's just waving its hose around and you're not able to make any connection there. Which brings us to Cascade's turn. Perfect. I'm going to see which one she's able to shut down first. The vacuum cleaner. She is able to shut down that vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
Vacuum cleaner is now
basically disabled 2 of them.
Yeah, pretty much. So vacuum cleaner is officially out of the lineup here. Which brings us to the suit of armor, who's going to try to attack you again. With a 4, I don't know what is going on. And then it's Laszlo's turn. With one of them disabled and the other one shut down, go ahead and roll a charisma check for me.
6.
6.
3, 1, and 2.
He is still trying to get out of this thing. But he can get another wing out, but his whole round body is just blocking this whole thing. So he's able to try to flap out of the washing machine, but no go. Which brings us to washing machine turn. Can't do anything, so Alec.
I'd like to push Laszlo back into the washing machine if I could. I don't know if you count that as like an attack or just like a free hip check to him.
I would let you make a strength check with advantage.
That's the 6s, right? Mm-hmm. Oof, that's an 11. Yeah, so 11.
Absolutely. You're able to just kind of kick him back in. He pops mostly back in at this point.
And
so
can I then attack the armor, or was that my attack?
No, with a full success, I would say you're able to that's your movement, is you can just kick him. So yeah, go for it.
I'll attack the suit armor. Which will be a total of 20 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and do your damage. Roll that beautiful damage.
7 plus 2 for my dex, so 9 total damage.
Woof.
I would be aiming for his sword hand or arm.
Okay, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your dex.
That's a total of 7.
Total of 7? Okay. You try to aim for it, but you're not able to knock it out of his hand. But you do hefty damage to this thing. It is barely holding itself together. Which does bring us to Cascade, who's going to try to shut down one of the 2. She's able to shut down the washing machine. So
the one.
So the washing machine is officially out of the lineup, which of course brings us to the armor, who's once again going to try to hit you.
Of course, why not?
That's going to be a 13 to hit?
Nope, 14.
All right, that is not able to hit, which brings us to Laszlo. He's stuck in there. Alec, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to take another swing at the arm with a natural 20.
Oh, no.
On the arm.
Oh, no. Go ahead and
armor.
roll your damage and double that.
So that's 6 damage on the dice, which will double to 12 plus the 2, so it'll be 14 points of damage.
How would you like to eviscerate this suit of armor who had exactly 6 hit points left?
Nice. So it would be, again, an attack on the arm. So cut through the arm and then just cut back through right at the waist and just slice him right in half again.
And you do so, and it falls apart into all the various bits of suits of armor, and you are officially out of combat, having defeated all 3 droids.
So I sit down on the floor and look at Laszlo in the face, who's stuck in the washing machine.
And he's at eye level with you because he's stuck in the washing machine now.
Hi. So I'm going to ask you again, why were you trying to kill everyone?
I will let you make a charisma check with advantage. So go ahead and roll them twice.
Nice. It's a 7 or a 7. So 4 and a 3 or a 5 and a 2, but it was charisma. Mm-hmm. So it's a total of 9 either way.
Total of 9? Okay.
Yeah. And the police are technically still on their way,
they
too.
They are
so
on their way.
Although if each round is only 6 seconds,
right.
That took
exactly
a minute, not even.
He just looks super ashamed and completely defeated, and says, I I just want my fair share. That's not his voice. I just want my fair share. I just wanted, to be given these same opportunities as everybody else. Everyone else got cool stuff, and why was I getting the short end of the stick?
That may be so, but that doesn't give you the right to hurt anyone. Do you know you killed someone?
Yes.
And you're okay killing your brother to try to get something for this?
Not my brother.
Your sister?
Nope. We're grandchildren. We're not, that's my cousin, I guess.
Well, do you know you killed your cousin?
I mean, we weren't close.
Doesn't matter. You still killed someone.
I know.
Well, you're going to be going to jail now, so we're going to sit here and wait for the police. And we'll make sure you get a nice comfy jail cell.
He just kind of hangs his head in shame, his very long flamingo type head. You don't have to wait very long, probably about 3 minutes total, before you hear the sirens outside.
During that wait, I would call, I would call RX and Zans.
Okay.
Let them know that we found out that it was Laszlo, that we've got him, that he's going to be going to jail.
Okay, sure. Absolutely.
I would call Dizzy, but I don't think she would understand. So we're just going to tell the other two and call it at that.
Absolutely. So you wait just a few minutes before the police arrive. You see the sirens and you hear them outside. What's one fun thing about the police cars? What do they look like?
So the police cars are going to
hover cars, whatever.
Yeah,
you like to call them.
of course they're hover cars. I mean, really, it's $29.99. They got to be hover cars. They would still have the red and blue lights. I think a fun thing is they would actually have like sponsorships on them, like a little the Next X or the whoever pays for some of their equipment and stuff.
Okay,
they actually have
sure.
think of like a race car, like a NASCAR, where they've got little sponsorships on them.
I love it.
That
cool.
would be a fun thing for them.
So about 3 of those hover cars show up, of those cop cars show up, and they all come busting through. You're able to explain to them everything that has happened. You go through, you give them all the information of all the other grandchildren. They start making some calls, and they absolutely take Laszlo away in cuffs. He's put into the back of the car, and one of the officers comes over and says, "We're gonna go, go and officially, tell Dizzy and everything what's going on and everything, but if you wouldn't mind going ahead and just bringing her this kind of debrief before we get there. We like to give this for the older folks so that they're prepared before we officially arrive, since you have already had this connection with her."
Oh yeah, absolutely. At Astro Transport Company, we're not just a delivery service, we're a full service company.
The police officer says, "Oh, Astral Transport, is it? Okay. We'll keep you in mind."
Absolutely. Maybe we can get one of those sponsorships on one of your cars.
We'll absolutely see.
Also, by chance, is there a reward for all of this?
We'll discuss that. Once we arrive at Dizzy's, we will have to debrief her on everything. But if you don't mind delivering this previously or before we arrive, yes, we will discuss such things.
Okay, we'll go do that now then. Are you ready, Cascade?
Cascade. Cascade says, sure. And she's got this weird smile on her face as she just kind of nods to all the police officers, and you all kind of make your way to Betty and get back in. Once you get inside, she whispers to you, even though you're in Betty right now, goes, "I found these by the computers over there. I think they'll be helpful to you." And she gives you 2 spark plugs.
Ooh, nice.
So you get 2 healing potions for you.
Nice.
All right, and you make your way back to Dizzy's home? Mm-hmm. Very cool. You make your way back and you knock on the door. It takes her a while to go and answer the door, of course, because it takes her a while to do anything. But she warmly greets you, greets Cascade, is very excited to have more people to be able to talk to. I imagine you give her the pamphlet and everything of the debrief before the debrief. And is there anything that you would like to tell her before the police show up? Just the one police. They said they were only going to send one person. They didn't want to freak her out.
Yeah, no, it would just be... Is everything okay, Miss Dizzy?
Oh, yes, I don't remember what my voice was. I think it was something like this, but yes, everything's wonderful, dear. I did just see you earlier today.
I understand, but now that you know what was going on, and that Laszlo was trying to hurt everyone, are you okay with that?
Oh, I'm shocked. I am deeply upset by all of these things, but it's... there's always just kind of a bad egg in the group, It's a shame that it did happen within my family, but thanks to your kindness and your friend over there, you were able to discover what was happening and be able to put an end to all of this terribleness that's been happening around. So I do greatly appreciate you doing that.
Well, again, at Astral Transport Company, we're not just a delivery service. We're a full-service company.
I would like to give you something for all of this. And she shuffles on back into the back of her home, and after many minutes comes right back over. And she has a very large jewelry box that she has within her feathery hands. She goes, I would love for each of you to take one of these. The jewelry was supposed to go to Laszlo, but things being as they are, I'll probably just split it up between the other two. But I would really love for both of you to take one if you would like.
Sure.
So what piece of jewelry would you like to, or actually, she also offers the clothes as well. So, you do have the option to take either a piece of jewelry or a piece of clothing.
Probably be jewelry. Because I feel like Alec would want to just go sell the jewelry to give back to Tony. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really have any purpose for either clothes or jewelry. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I would like you to make an intelligence check, please.
That's 4, 3 plus 2 for intelligence, so 9 total.
9 total, okay. When you're looking over both the clothes kind of catalog, or the big closet that she has all the clothes in, as well as the jewelry box, there seems to be just this really faint kind of almost electrical reverberation off of generally both sets. Just odd, something that you pick up on. Sure. But completely up to you what you would like to pick.
Yeah, I'd probably still be the jewelry.
I don't know if there's... What piece of jewelry do you pick?
Anything that would have any extra electrical radiation or anything on it, or is it just anything that's there?
It's based on your role. It's just kind of a general feel for both of them. So you can describe what you would like to pick.
Sure, he would probably find a ring of sorts.
Sure.
Probably a little bit bigger of a ring, some sort of gemstone in the middle, some decorations on the side.
Kind of like a class ring kind of
That's exactly
situation.
what I was thinking of. More of like a class ring as opposed to like a wedding ring or anything like that.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, much more of like a class ring.
Okay, very cool. Cascade is going to pick out a piece of clothing.
Of course she would.
What piece of clothing do you think that she would enjoy?
Oh,
from
she would
this?
pick out anything that's probably like a almost, I want to say like a fur coat kind of idea.
I was thinking the exact same
kind of thing. Anything that would be fun, or like she could wear out to the club or something along those lines.
Okay. Okay, so then in that case, I think what she finds is one of those things that is bordering on hideous, out of style, but also retro enough that might be able to make a pass. What it is kind of like a clear, almost plastic material kind of raincoat, but it's completely see-through. Okay. But around the cuffs and the collar is this beautiful fur that's aligned with it as well. And it just gives this very cool kind of metallic shimmer that changes color in the light as she kind of, twirls around in it to show it off and everything. So that's what she's going to pick for that. Eventually the police do arrive, as they said that they would. They go and talk to Dizzy. Some of them go to talk to her in the kitchen, while another officer comes up to you and says, we really appreciate everything that you've done. This was something we were not aware of, but because of the recent events, we had no leads on it whatsoever. So you absolutely will be getting a reward.
Yay!
Your reward is 4,000 cipher chips.
4K
for the successful capture and a live capture of a murderer. And they transfer the cipher chips over to you. They bid you good day, and they are able to talk to Dizzy about,
Okay.
all the other details.
Yeah, once they bid us a good day, we would head back towards Betty.
Sure. Cascade goes, whoa! I was, whew, that's, yikes, that was a day, huh?
Yeah, that was a lot. That was really cool stuff you did, though. Thank you so much for your help.
Oh, of course, anytime. If you're going to go on another one of these adventures, you give me a call. I'll be happy to join you.
Yeah, have you been doing anything else to help Tony?
Well, I've just been kind of, doing my regular shift and stuff. Your shift's tonight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have that much to spare, so not a whole lot that I'm able to do, and quite honestly, I get as little free time as I already do, so kind of taking up extra shifts I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm also a big fan of keeping my job, so...
Absolutely. Well, I now have 3,000 cipher chips to give to Tony.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's such a huge jump into our funds and everything. That's really generous of you to give that much to him.
Well, I mean, I don't really need a lot, but I did want to get the new gaming system that just came out, because there's, the Galaxy Crush on there that I really want to play.
Hey, man, it's your treat, your money. You know, get what makes you happy.
You deserve some of this too. Is there anything that you would like?
No, I got this beautiful coat, and she twirls around in it as it shimmers.
Well, is there any upgrades to your ship or anything that you may want?
Upgrades? I don't think I can afford any upgrades.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, we've got a little bit of money here.
I think even with some of the money, the things that I want, I don't think that we can, add to the ship. But hey, I'll keep that in mind, and I'll, give you a ring, because now I can.
Yes.
You both get into Betty, and you both head on. You go to bring her back to
take her back to her ship.
Vesta Sol in order to bid each other farewell for the evening as you are about to start your actual shift for your regular job for the ATC. And that's where we're going to end transmission today.